I don't know if you knew this, but I literally took your inspection report to the contractor and said, "Hey, what's up with all this?" And he went right back to work. He did it for free. Now, here was another thing. You also caught something that I never addressed. So I did have to spend a couple of extra dollars to get some things taken care of. But by and large, it was, hey, fix all this. Let's get all this taken care of and let's have a good product. And that product sold without any problems.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've done inspections on renovations where I go up in the attic. They did change out all the drywall, but zero insulation on a new renovation.
Right.
Just last week, another brand new renovation. They bragged about how they changed out all of the floor joists. No access to the crawl space, but I was able to look inside one little vent they had, lifted that up, saw that they never put down the vapor barrier. They put the insulation in backwards. And and there was no access to the crawl space. So obviously that was going to be a pickle. I spoke to the realtor today, and the seller was willing to get back in the crawl space, fix the insulation, fix the vapor barrier. But that's going to be a lot of headaches, right, that they're having to go through. Whereas if you have an inspection earlier, you can make sure all of those things are done correctly. And I don't know how many, it may have been on yours, but I know on a couple of houses, renovations, I get up on the roof and I find empty holes where the plumbing pipe used to come out. They changed the plumbing pipes, like they took it out, rerouted things, but they just left the hole with the boot empty on the roof.
Yes. And so here's the thing that I think the takeaway that we're given to everyone in the tribe. When you are inspecting, when you're getting your houses, when you're renovating, when you're working and renovating on houses, it's so important to not only be able to get an inspection once you are done and your contractor is still at arm's length. You don't want Excel inspections to be there while you're under contract trying to sell it, or under contract trying to get it, sold to a buyer. And now that buyer's inspector is expecting everything to be done. And so it's a way for you to really take care of business. And so looking back, is there a particular inspection that taught you a lesson, either about people, homes, or the business?
I'm sure there are. I'm trying to think through, thoroughness, as a home inspector, there's so many, we've got a limited amount of time, 2.5, 3 hours, and trying to find everything I can. That I remember, up in DC, a guy called my boss after I'd done the inspection. He says, "Hey, you didn't see that the paint was peeling on top of the microwave, like on the inside of the microwave." And, my boss was always very quick to okay, hey, we'll pay for it. But that would come out, it would basically be repaint.
Right.
So I learned very quickly, hey, don't miss things, because if you miss things, I'm going to be responsible. So I do take responsibility on things. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I work very hard to make sure everything's looked at, and I do my very best not to let any rock go uncovered, or unturned.
I definitely appreciate that.
Buying a home? Don't guess. Call Chad at XL Inspections. I provide high quality home inspections in the Louisville area, southern Indiana. I'll travel up to within an hour of Louisville. I'm licensed in both Indiana and Kentucky. I provide radon testing, but I take a very thorough look at everything from the basement or the crawl space up to the roof and attic. I'd love to be able to help you with your upcoming home inspection. Chad Winchell, you can call me at 502-87-EXCEL, 502-873-9235, or book online at excelmyinspection.com.